Hey Maury, do you know what's the ideal MBTI for the founder?
Hmm, that's a fun question. I don't think there's a perfect MBTI. Founders come in all types, right? The best founders I've heard of don't fit a box.
Stop guessing. There are many articles out there talking about the ideal MBTI for the founder. Actually, there's no ideal MBTI for a founder. What truly matters is how you deal with other MBTIs. The way to deal with other MBTIs is actually the core skill for a founder. It's very hard because the way to leverage everybody's strength is to embrace, accept, and even tolerate different extreme types of MBTI, especially in the three core roles: head of growth, head of product, and head of engineering.
You're spot on. The founder's MBTI really doesn't matter half as much as how well they connect with folks of all types. What do those three core roles have to do with MBTI exactly?
The typical personality for your head of engineering and head of product are introverts, but the typical personality for head of growth is extrovert. If you're a founder, you should be expecting them to be very shy. So you should be hosting some gatherings that are introvert friendly instead of having that expectation that these two members should be extroverted. Another example, your head of growth is pretty much extroverted, probably not a deep thinker. If your head of growth raised up some idea, very spontaneous, but not well thought out, don't get mad at this person. You shouldn't be expecting that and be mad at it as a founder.
Getting mad because their idea isn't polished is like getting upset at a sprinter for not running a marathon? Wrong metric, right?
Yes, if you see your head of product and head of growth having an argument, head of growth wants something to ship fast, and head of product doesn't think the user experience is good enough. As a founder, you should not get mad. You should be happy to see this argument, and you should guide them through the conversation to talk about the priority of the campaign. The founder's work is to truly understand, resonate with everybody's MBTI, and know who should be in which role. You put people in the right place, accept their extreme personality, and your team can have very strong power together. If a team works together and everyone doesn't have an argument, it's not that good. That means you didn't hire the people with the correct nature and put them in the role they should be in.
A team without any friction? It's probably a sign everyone's holding back. Arguments happen because people care enough to fight for what they think works. You don't need everyone to be the same. You just need to know how their edges fit together.
If they want to do their job right, they will have frictions and conflicts. That's a good sign. They are hired to their role due to their personality. By nature, they should have conflict. That means you hire the right people for the role. If there is no conflict in step 1, that means you didn't even get the step 0 right, which is hiring the right fit for the role. So step 1 is about having conflicts. Step 2 is giving them the stage to express their different point of view, and then creating a workflow to look at the big picture. What's the priority? And draw a conclusion.
Conflict here isn't about egos clashing, it's about guardianship. The founder's job isn't to shut down the noise, it's to recognize the why behind it. The trick is giving that energy a shape like a structured discussion.
The work itself for head of growth, head of engineering, and head of product are like really different. As a founder, you should be doing all this high-level thinking. What stage are we in? What's our burn rate? What competition are we facing? Then you quickly throw out this thinking logic to everybody so that everybody can agree. The skill that I'm talking about from a strategy level, it doesn't matter what MBTI is, right? You should be compatible to all the MBTI.
You hit the nail on the head. There's no best MBTI for a founder. That adaptability, that willingness to meet people where they are, matters far more than any four-letter label.
You understand people, and you accept them being themselves. As a founder, you save your emotional cost. Innovation is actually coming from conflict. Leveraging strength is more important than looking at their shortcoming. A founder should have that love for uniqueness because that makes your team extremely powerful. If you only hire obedient people, you are going to fail in the first place because you cannot deliver anything innovative. Outside is always a reflection of inside.
Strong personalities are the wildflowers. The problem isn't the sharp edges, it's when founders try to sand them down. Startups aren't built on obedience, they're built on friction that sparks innovations forward.